Ravens in the library. Dun dun dun! Hi, I'm Chance.
And Sam.
And we're here with another Dryad tea.
Ravens in the library. It's like, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I promise that's what it says. Creamed Earl Grey, delightful hot or iced. So pretty simple, one would think. I am kind of excited to see what the difference in smell is going to be from a regular Earl Grey. Because I love that shit. I've got this like weird crease on my finger.
Oh god.
From where I've been holding the yarn.
Oh, that is delightful.
You can smell like the bergamot in it. The bergamot is like first and foremost. Like
yeah.
There is something that is softer about this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's actually got like tiny ass flowers in it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and at this point bag it, steep it, and we'll see you back.
Don't go. And we're back. And Sam is sad.
I squished my finger. I was trying to get the honey out of the way and I like squished the lid on it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you might have guessed, I've gone and done this properly. I have heavy cream and honey. I don't know if Sam will be partaking of the heavy cream.
I'm going to try it without it first.
I typically don't do sacrilege with Earl Grey.
Fuck you and your heresy, asshole. Any 40K fans out there?
If you've been paying close attention to our videos over the years, you'll probably have caught several 40K references, mostly made by me.
Over the years. Like, we've been running, what, a year?
2. We're at 2 years.
Holy shit, it is 2. Okay. Well,
It's almost...
There's my honey.
We're starting on year 3. So...
I'm stuck to your table.
Or, no, we're mid-year 2, sorry.
Oh.
But we've been filming for 3 years. Actually getting edited and posted is only sped up really heavily this year. Last year we got some done and then life happened and sorry for that. Also, another shout out, we now have 42 subscribers. So thank you all of you who have been so kind as to enjoy our stuff enough to get it constantly sent to your feed.
We appreciate you.
We do. Now,
I can smell the bergamot, and I can smell the honey, and it smells amazing. Again, Earl Grey can be a really strong, flavorful tea, and if you don't like bergamot, it's usually not a tea that people enjoy. If you like
swore I washed this thing thoroughly.
bergamot, this should be right up your alley. This smells fantastic.
God. It's gentle, but
soothing. It's soothing.
Yes.
As much as I use that for a description, you guys, this is very much one of those like curl up on the couch and cuddle in a hug kind of cups.
This is definitely a delicate Earl Grey, and I tend to go for a somewhat stronger, bolder flavor with my Earl Grey.
I am not mad about it, though.
No, I'm not. The flavor comes through very clearly, very cleanly.
It plays really nice with the honey. It doesn't get overpowered by the honey. It just kind of like sits there and absorbs it. And
It's
like,
hugging the honey. It's embracing the honey.
it does. It's really, really nice.
The honey and the tea are cuddling in a nice cream blanket. I am definitely loving this.
Oh, yeah. This is really good. You can taste a kind of creaminess in it. It's the fact that it does so well. It blends so well with every little element that they've got in there. I personally don't think it needs cream.
No, I think it could have done without the cream.
Okay,
however,
so which side have you been drinking off of? All right. You get to try that side. We're both drinking backwards here, so. Mm-mm.
no.
The cream is too much.
No. It needs the cream.
No, it doesn't. It's a really delicate balance that I think it rides beautifully without it.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I am very much partial to all of my tea without cream anyway.
And I am very heavily in favor of cream.
I like my tea unadulterated that way. So where I will drink decaf coffee, I will drink tea sans cream.
And someday you will learn to stop being a decaffeinated heretic.
I will not. This it's so gentle and I don't want to say that it's subtle because bergamot is not a subtle flavor, but they've balanced this really well with all of the other pieces and parts. Ingredients list: black tea, Earl Grey, heather flowers, apple pieces, mallow and linden flowers, cornflower petals, jasmine flowers, and natural flavors. All of that, I can't pick apart like bit by bit what's in there. But everything is layering really nicely.
The one thing I can say about Dryad tea is everything we have tried from Dryad has been absolutely magical. Now, this, I can't give it as high a score as Black Cats and Pointy Hats, but this is definitely a 6.
Oh, hell, fuck you. This is an 8. Hands down. This is really 8.5. Really plays nicely.
I would give it a higher score, but the flavor is so delicate, and I prefer something a little more stand-up and bold.
I have through Walmart. It's not only through Walmart. It's a company. They're called Stash. They make a lot of different teas. I have from them an Earl Grey double bergamot, and as much as I enjoy that, this is lighter. Yes, not as much bergamot. Very probable. But it's not the bergamot that I think makes that tea. It sure as hell doesn't hurt.
Go lay down.
I like how delicate this is. I like how nicely everything plays together. I like the fact that it's not, Earl Grey to your face.
And I like Earl Grey.
I do too, which is why I have the Stash. But I like the fact that this isn't that. This stands on its own, and it doesn't need to have in your face in order for it to be enjoyable.
No, I wasn't saying that it's not enjoyable. This is definitely a delightful tea. I just prefer a slightly more bold and, might I say, audacious flavor.
Preferences are different. You've watched me make those things of fucking double bergamot.
Yeah.
I love the shit out of that. I will use either honey or a stevia-based sweetener usually. And with that, I do the same kind of thing that I do with everything else. It's usually about 2 spoonfuls, depending on how strong it is. And I'll make a pretty stout cup of tea that looks like it's borderline coffee. I like that. I like that this is not that.
No, and I can understand that. You enjoy a
This is
somewhat
really nice.
more delicate tea flavor than I do.
I like when there's nuance, and that's the word I've been searching for. This tea is nuanced.
No, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree to that statement there. It's, like she said, it's all a matter of preferences.
Mm.
And this is something...
much lighter than your preference. You wouldn't be mad if you had it again, but it's not going to be probably his top pick for a tea second time round.
No, if I were to order more tea right now, I would order...
something else.
Flat cats and pointy hats.
I would order Ravens in the Library in a 1-ounce bag tomorrow if I had it.
No, and I
Just
concede that it would be a good tea.
I've done that with one of the other teas I showed in the last video, with one of our tea reviews. I have all these sample packs, and we're kind of going through them as a way to kind of, yes, make content, but also as a way of finding flavors that we both enjoy, that one of us enjoy, whatever, so that we have a better idea of what we like before we spend the larger chunks of change on tea that we're gonna hate. So this just goes to show how tastes can be different, and what one person prefers is not always going to be the same thing that somebody else is going to enjoy as much.
Given the aesthetic that Dryad tea puts out there, what D&D class would you give this tea? Because this gives me wizard vibes.
No.
Let's stick to 3-5 classes, though, because that's what we both know.
Yeah.
Well, intimately. But there is stuff coming. I hate 4th.
Are we giving race with it or no?
Yeah, you know what?
Because some of that makes a difference in how a character runs.
This is giving me half-elf wizard vibes.
This is giving me full elf rogue.
I think it would be a little more...
This is full of like,
grungy.
sneak attack, boom, boom. This gives me like rogue vibes.
This feels almost too sophisticated for me. It's definitely not barbarian tea vibes.
No.
No.
Although I'm sure we have a couple of flavors later on down the line that are going to be like, bam.
That's kind of how I felt with Steed. I forget what.
Night Steed.
Yeah, Night Steed. That one gave me fighter vibes.
Wasn't that like a strong lychee or?
That was strong chocolate. It was a chocolate tea.
Was it chocolate?
Yeah.
No, was that the pistachio?
It might have
Was
been.
it? Well, anyhow, I full on absolutely believe this is rogue tea all the way.
And if you're like me, you'll find this to be half-elf wizard tea.
If any of you have actually tried any of Dryad Tea's stuff, or if you try because we've kind of put you onto them, absolutely comment in any of the videos and let us know what race and class you think the tea belongs to.
Yeah.
I think that's a fun way to kind of switch it up on here.
Because thinking about Dryad tea, I think about D&D. And thinking about D&D while drinking this, I envision this young, half-elf woman sipping tea delicately as she scrolls through old ancient tomes in the top of a wizard's tower. That kind of comfy, curled up in your cloak, cat kind of wandering about and shit.
Alright. I get it. I get where you're going with it. And to me, this feels kind of underhanded, I think is a good way to put it. It kind of like sneaks up on you, and it just kind of, it doesn't like barge in on you or anything. It kind of just like tiptoes up, and then it goes, ooh. So I was kind of like picturing like the sneak, what a sneak attack would look like in battle.
Yeah.
It's just like, sneak it. So and like the lightest on their feet, I always picture to be elves, very like dainty and
yeah. Well, they get the dex bonus.
yeah. So to me, it's like this really pointy eared elf that's just kind of like sneak it.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of a melee battle, everybody can see you, and it still shouldn't be a sneak attack, but it definitely is.
This in no way tastes bougie, but it does taste sophisticated. It tastes smart. It doesn't taste overly expensive. It tastes smart, like a smart person would drink this.
Maybe that's why I like it.
No, fair.
You tend more towards that like fighter oomph.
Yeah, sometimes.
Which is why I think you like a really like full
bodied.
I was gonna say grab you by the balls, Bergamo Ifrit.
Bergamo, motherfucker!
This is actually fun. I think we should do this with all of the teas.
All the Dryad teas at the very least.
Dryad tea, you guys knock it out of the park every time.
We love you, and please.
Definitely gonna have to retry Black Hats and Pointy Hats. I did drink it. I I got about halfway through my like. I got halfway through this thing, and I drank the rest of it today after it had chilled just at room temperature. Which here, because we don't have central heat, can be pretty cool.
Excuse me.
And it was actually really good. I got a little bit more flavor out of it than I did last night. But yeah, no, I'm not mad. 8.5 for sure, guys. 8.5.
I'm gonna say a good solid 6.
I know you did. Definitely gonna have to retry the Black Hats though.
Oh yes, definitely.
I'm down for buying a whole fucking ounce of this at a crack. This is probably gonna be like my version of catnip. Just like give me the back and let me go on the floor.
It smell. The smell is delightful.
It's light.
It is. It's refreshing.
Where Earl Grey tends to be really pungent.
You know, we're a couple of days from New
really
Year's.
light, so.
We're a couple of days from New Year's, and I would say this is definitely more of a spring tea than a deep winter tea.
Yeah. Fall maybe.
Fall maybe.
But like early fall, when it's still crisp, but not everything has fallen to the ground.
Yeah, no, definitely not then. Then you want the Black Cats and Pointy Hats.
This is like early fall. Anywho, I think that's been a lot of information for people.
Well, with all that said, and with our thanks for the wonderful 42 of you who have subscribed, how about the rest of you? Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thank you for taking the time to watch this far. Well, from us to you, keep adventuring.